Hello all, welcome to Selenium Python training series. In this session, as part of Selenium WebDriver, I am going to practically demonstrate handling calendar type 2. So let's get started. In the previous session, I covered how to automate the calendar type 1 using Selenium Python. Now in this session, I am going to practically show you how to automate the calendar type 2. This calendar type 2 is kind of a different calendar or different type of calendar when compared to the calendar type 1. Okay. So in real time, what happens is if you know how to handle one type of calendar, it doesn't mean that the same logic you can implement for automating the other type of calendar, because different applications will implement the calendar in different ways. The UI of these calendars will vary from application to application. So there is no static code like, okay, this set of code will work for this calendar and every calendar. That's not like that. Okay. So different calendars will require us to write different type of automation code. Okay. In order to select a particular date in one calendar, that code may not work for selecting the date in another calendar type. Okay. So this happens in real time. You have to be ready for that. Okay. So that's the reason I'm covering different, whatever the possible calendars I can show you, right? I'm trying to show you so that you will get that mindset that, okay, not all applications will have the same type of calendar. We have to write different type of the code based on the kind of calendar that is available on the application. Okay, fine. So anyhow, so let me show you this calendar and what are the difference between this calendar type 1 and calendar type 2, and all those things I'm going to explain first, and later I'll demonstrate you how to automate this calendar type 2. So first I'll open this example page where we have this. Okay, on this example page, we have this calendar type 2. I'll copy this URL and I'll open the Chrome browser and paste it here, the center. So on this page, if you scroll down, you will find a field known as date of travel. And if I click on that, you will get this calendar. This calendar looks different from the previous calendar, right? But let me list down the points how this calendar looks different from the previous demonstrated calendar. So I'll go to the previous session, and under the previous session, under the example, we have the URL of the page where we have this calendar type 1. I'll open that here. So I'll just move that here so that this is a calendar type 1 and this is a calendar type 2. So let me click on this, I'll get the calendar type 1. Okay. So first difference between the calendar type 1 and calendar type 2 is, let me write down here. So I'll simply say type 1. This one is type 2. Type 1 calendar, type 2 calendar. What is the difference? In the for type 1 calendar, if you observe the type 1 calendar, you can select a previous date. Okay. For example, 9th, 12th, that is 9th, this is what? September, right? September 12th. September 12th is the date. Okay. First month is coming, then date is coming. Okay. That is 12th September 2022. That means current date is what? 27th March 2023. But here you see, with the help of this calendar, I can select a previous date. Okay. Previous month's date. Okay. Which is already done. This is in the past, right? It's not in the future. This particular date is not in the future, it's in the past. I can say in this particular calendar, I can select a future date. I can also select a past date, old date, which is already completed. But in case of this calendar, okay, you cannot select a past date. You see, it starts from today, 27th. Before 27th, you cannot select anything. Before 27th March, you cannot select any of these particular dates. You see, that's the difference. Here, I'll write the first difference as previous, old and future dates. Future dates both can be selected, but in this type 2, only future dates, only current and, that is today's and future dates. Current means today. Okay, dates can be selected. So there is one difference between this calendar and this calendar. And what is the other one? Here you see, when I click on this, I cannot I cannot select an year here. You see, the year, in order to select the year, I have to keep on clicking, and then now year is changing automatically. But I don't have a customized option to modify this year from here, right? So have to click on next option multiple times to change the year. But there is no direct option to change the year. I have to click on next option. But here in this case of type 2, if you observe here, I can change here itself. You see, 2024. You see, I don't have to click on this option. Rather, I can, okay. Here we have an option to direct option to change the year. Change the year is available. Okay, there's another difference. Second difference is this one. And the third difference is, if you clearly observe the calendar here, okay, if you clearly observe the calendar here, all the dates are kind of enabled. Okay, all the dates are enabled. and no previous month dates and no future month dates are coming. Okay, here previous and future month dates are not displayed. Here you see in a particular month, for example, if you click on this, you're getting month, for example, if you click on this and if you're getting a month, you see the current month's dates are only coming. The previous month, February month dates and next month, April month dates are not coming here. You see these gaps are empty. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is empty here, the first row, and in the last row, this last one, Saturday party is empty. You see different months have different. You see here 4 are empty, 1 is empty. Here you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are empty, and here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are empty. But in this case, what about this case? Let's see. You see, future month dates are coming. You see, from 1 to 31 is March dates. March 1 to 31 is March. After 31, you are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all this stuff. These are next month, April month's dates. Okay, if I go to this April, you see 29, 30, 31 of the March is coming, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of after April, May will come, right? May related dates are coming in disabled state, right? So current month dates, previous month dates, and future month date. Okay, so that's another difference. Previous and future month dates are displayed. So these are some differences, okay, that I wanted to show you. Okay, these are the differences I want to show you. Okay, so that means that we can now confirm that this particular calendar is kind of a bit different from the first type of calendar. So anyhow, how to automate this and all those stuff I'm going to cover in this session anyhow. Okay, those are the differences between the calendar type 1 and calendar type 2. So I covered that. Now let me practically demonstrate how to automate this calendar type 2. Okay. For that, guys, I'll copy this URL and I'll go to this PyCharm ID where we have some sample Selenium Python code already written for opening the Chrome browser for maximizing the browser window. And here we have to open the application URL. After going here, just see here. Some problems you are going to face. Okay, already, I practiced this before demonstrating to you in this session, right? Already went through this part and faced a lot of problems already. There's some issues coming. Okay, I'll explain one by one. Okay, according to the, you see, I took a lot of time for me to figure out all the problems I am facing in this particular calendar on this particular application. Okay, yesterday I spent a lot of time in figuring out the solution for this, selecting a date in this calendar. Okay, so anyhow, assuming that I don't know that, I'm just trying to show you so that I can resolve the problems before you. Okay, so I need to click on this date of travel, right? Inspect this date of travel here. Inspect this date of travel. So you see this date of travel is an input and it has an ID here. Copy this ID and I simply need to click on that, right? Driver.find. Okay, driver.find element by .id, ID of that calendar. I mean, text field where you have to click so that the calendar will come. Click, I will say. Let's see, let's run this script and see whether the calendar is coming or not. Okay, time.sleep of, I'll just give some 5 seconds before closing the browser here. I'll just demonstrate step by step here. Okay, right click, run. So it need to click inside the date of travel field so that the calendar will appear. The calendar has appeared, but you see, there's one more problem. After clicking, calendar is going off. Can you observe that? I'll just keep it 10 seconds here so that you can see. You see, after clicking on this field, calendar is coming, but after a while, calendar is automatically going off. What is the reason? Maybe this I faced yesterday. Okay, yesterday when I practiced this automating thing of this calendar, right, using Selenium Python, after facing this problem, I figured out a solution myself. Okay, you see, calendar has come, but it's going away. I'm not closing, right? I've not written any code for closing. What is happening on this page is, after going to this, you see, now I go to this page and click on this. After a while, this calendar is going away by itself. There's small jerk, this particular page. You see, when I load this page, right, after loading this page, if I immediately click on the date of travel, right? Let me refresh it again. After loading the page, I'm clicking on date of travel. You see, the calendar is automatically going off. That means this page is loading. Okay, at later point of time, internally some process is going on where the page is getting reset or reloaded. because of which, even though I clicked and if I refresh here, it will go away, right? The same thing is happening here, okay? When I reload this page and click on this, you see the calendar is not staying. It's going off. So what I will do here is, just to avoid that, right? Just to avoid that, after going to this page, instead of directly clicking on the field, I'll give some time for the page to load properly. Maybe the page is taking some time to load, okay? Time dot sleep of 5 seconds, I'll give. Let's see what will happen in this case. The calendar will stay on the page or not, okay? I'm just giving some time for the page to settle down. Then I am clicking on the field. This problem I faced yesterday. I got confused why the calendar is going away without I do anything kind of thing. You see, I'm giving 5 seconds of time. After that, I'll click on the calendar. Is it staying or going away this time? The calendar is staying. It's not going away. That means I'm giving some enough time for this page to load. And after that, I'm performing the activity. So it's fine. So by putting this time dot sleep of 5 seconds, it worked out for me. So that was a solution I figured out myself, right? Okay. There is no strict rule like how to get to this, because I got a doubt. Okay. Maybe the page is loading because of which the calendar is going away. Okay. Some loading process is going on and calendar is getting disappeared even though it's open. Okay. Without I close any calendar here, it's going away. If I give the time for the page to load properly and then perform the click operation on that field and the calendar is coming, it's not going away. So this is one of the solution. I figured it out. And after this, now once you get the calendar here, so it's better that we wait for the calendar to be displayed on the page, right? So how to make sure the calendar, we have to wait for the calendar, as I already covered in the previous session, right? While handling the calendar type 1. The same thing here also. It is an Ajax call happening. When I click on this, without the page getting loaded, the calendar is coming. That means this may come with a delay. So it's better to wait for this calendar before you perform any operations on this calendar. So for that, I'll inspect somewhere on this calendar and I'll try to create a locator for locating this entire calendar. You see, this div section is locating the entire calendar here. So I'll take this one. You see here, class, inside the class in double quotes, we have multiple classes. Flat picker calendar is one class, animate is another class, arrow top is another class, open is another class. 1, 2, 3, 4 classes are there. I'll take the first class, copy this first class, and here I'll write down control F / div. I should not be giving like this, rather I'll give div dot only one type of calendar class. Out of this multiple class in this class attribute, I'll take one of the class and give something CSS selector. I'm giving div dot. It's locating this entire calendar. You can see that only one element is located. That's nothing but the calendar. Div dot. Div having the class as flat picker calendar. Okay, I'll copy this and come back here and write down the code. WebDriver. I have to wait for the calendar to be displayed. So driver comma. I'll give a maximum of 5 seconds or 10 seconds max. Otherwise, what's the matter? So wait is equal to wait dot until expected conditions dot visibility of element located in circular brackets. I'll give the CSS selector by dot CSS selector. Give the CSS selector of that calendar, and this part will wait for the calendar to be displayed on the page. After that, after waiting for the calendar to be coming on the page, and now I can perform the operations. So I need to select, let's say I want to select November 25. Sorry, no, I want to select 25th November 2024 year. 25th day, November is a month, and 2024 is a year. Okay. So first, let me select the year here. So here I need to select the year, right? I'll select this option. I'll click inspect this up option. So this arrow up is getting highlighted here. I'll copy this arrow up and create it's a class, right? I'll copy this class and here I'll write down driver dot find element by dot class name. Give the class name of that up arrow button of that year and see whether 2023 is getting changed to 2024 or not. Click. You see, in the previous calendar, there's no option to directly modify this year. Now we have that. I'm taking the advantage of that. Okay, run this code. Right click, run it, and see whether 2024 is getting selected in the calendar or not. We'll go step by step like this. Okay. First, I'm giving some time for the page to settle down. 5 seconds of time for the page to settle down here. You see. After that 5 seconds only, the date field will be clicked. Date of travel field will be clicked, and you see 2024 got selected. March 2024 it became. From 2023 it got changed to 2024 now. Fine, it's working fine. So after selecting this, the next thing that I want to do here is I want to select the November month, right? After changing to 2024, I have to change the month to November. How to change this month to November? March is there. So I have to click on this next button until it becomes, November. Until I go till November, right? I have to keep on clicking this next month option. Okay, I'll inspect this next month option. And you see this span is also locating the same icon. Okay, it has a class. I'll copy this class, flat picker next month. Okay, I'll click on this flat picker next month class thing until I get this November month. So for that, I'll write some logic. That is while, not of. The same logic that I covered it as part of previous session while handling the calendar type one. I followed this kind of logic here. Only in this case, I'm only going to get the current month only. I'll say current month is equal to driver dot find element by dot class name. I'll give the class name of that particular, not this one actually. So I have to get the current month actually. Okay, so it got selected like this. I need to get this month. How to get the month? The month thing is inside the tags here. Okay, so it is a current month. Copy this class locator for this particular element, March element or month element. So here I'll write the code. Here I have to write the code here. Okay, that is current month. Driver dot find element by dot class name of current month, and this will get you this particular March. There's some text between the tags, right? So I have to use which command? Dot text command. Okay, dot text I'll say. It will retrieve the text between the tags. The problem with this particular text between the tags is after month there is some space here. You see, I have to trim that. So here in Python we have the command known as strip command, which will remove the spaces, leading and trailing space if any. Okay, before and after, if any spaces are for this particular thing, text it will remove. You see, after some trailing space is there, the trailing space will be removed with the help of strip, and the current month will be stored. That is, March will be stored into this current month. Okay. Now here I'll write down while not of current month dot equals November. Okay, there is a problem that is going to come here, but that's okay. I'll show you that later. While not current month dot equal November, until it becomes current month equals November here, until current month becomes November here, to keep on clicking, keep on clicking this next option, inspect this option, and here this is a flicker next month only. So I'll simply say driver dot find element by dot class name. I'll give the class name class locator for that click next option, and simply say click. So that means it keep on clicking until the November will come. That's what I'm believing, but let's see what will happen. That's not going to happen anyhow. So let's see in this case what's happening, whether November is getting selected or not. You see the calendar is going till November or not. Okay, run the script. It will be a bit fast. Just observe whatever that is happening on the screen. Initially, we are giving some time for the page to settle down. That is 5 seconds of time. After that 5 seconds is done, we are clicking on the day of travel. You see, it's going till it's keep on going. It's not stopping at all, right? It's not stopping at all. That means there is a problem. Okay, so I'll stop this manually. Maybe. Okay, what is the problem here? It keep on clicking next. The problem here is, I'll tell you what the problem. After doing this, for example, let me refresh this page. I'll just explain what's happening in there. So I'll click on this. And here March will be retrieved, right? You see this part, driver.find element, current month will be retrieved as March. So current month is March. March equal to November? No, March is not equal to November. So it will click on the next option. Now again here current month is still March only. You see, current month is still March only. But here current month has been changed to April, but we are still getting, depending on the previous current month only, March only. That means we have to write this line here inside this loop. We have to write this line again, because after clicking the next option, here, after let's say I'll refresh here again. Initially when I clicking, I got the March here. Okay. Then after clicking this next option, April is coming. I have to retrieve this April again. That's the reason we have to write this line again. Current month should be updated with the latest current month. April will come. Now April dot equals November. No, again it will click on. So let's run this script. This time by adding this line, it should work fine. Let's run this code. Let's give some time for settling down of this page. After that, you will click on day of travel. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yes, but December is coming, guys. It's going till December. I wanted to go till November only, but December is coming. There's some problem in this application where, if I give November, it's going till December. So instead of giving November, I'll give something like October. If my intention is to select November, means I have to give October here. Okay. If my intention is to select November, means I have to give October here. Okay. That's what I would, or I have to programmatically somehow write the logic where if I give November, it should consider the October kind of thing. You have to internally manage. So instead of that, I'm giving October. If I give October, it will go till November. Okay. That's how the logic is working. So if I want November, I have to give October here. Okay. Some problem is there. So let's ignore that for a while. Somehow we have to select November. I'm giving October, it will select November. Now run the script, you will see that this time if I give October, it's going to give select November. Till November, it will go. After 5 seconds, click on date of travel. Now it will go till November because I gave October. Now I need to select a date here. Now I need to select a date. How to select a date? Let me show you. Okay. So here I'll go till November and I'll inspect this date 25, inspect this. Here Flickr day is there. Copy this part. There's some space here. You see the class is, or we can do something like this span dot. No, not that's not the way. I'll copy this class which has some space here. Or rather I'll use create an XPath expression like double slash span contains, instead of directly writing at the class and all, I'm saying class contains this one. Okay. If it has space, no problem. Now it will be located. Okay. And again, I want the date to be which date? The date is between the tags here. So I'll write down again square bracket open, text is equal to, I'll give 25. Let's say I want to select 25, right? So I'll just select like this. Okay. Copy this. And this is locating the 25th date. Copy this and write down here the code. Driver dot find element by dot XPath. Give the XPath of that date 25 here. Dot click. Fine. Now it has to select the date. Now it has to select the date. 25 date it has to select. Let's see whether it happens or not. Run the script. Let's give only 5 seconds here. For demo purpose, I'm adding time.sleep here, otherwise it's not required. After 5 seconds, it will click on. It will go till November. There's a problem coming. What is the problem? Element not interactable exception. Element not interactable exception is coming. Line 29, I'm not able to select this option. Okay, I'm not able to select this option. What is the problem there? The thing is fine now. I gave 25, which is also fine, but still it's not able to select the date 25. So what is the way where I can, select date 25 here? I gave the XPath expression, but it's not working somehow. Okay, proper XPath expression, but it's not somehow able to select this 25. So I'll do one thing. I'll just try different ways here. Okay, I'll try different ways here. Maybe I'll use some JavaScript way. Run some JavaScript way to select this. Okay, so I'll do one thing. Instead of directly saying click here, I'll store this element as a day. Day is equal to like this. Now simply I'll say driver dot execute script. Now I can run the JavaScript code. I'll say arguments of 0. Why arguments of 0? If here I have to give comma day here, this web element I'm giving, this day web element I'm giving here. The first parameter, after comma is the first argument, right? That's why argument of 0. First argument will start with 0 index. If you have multiple arguments, you can put comma, and so on. Here day is in the first position, so it's the argument of 0. I'm referring to this day web element. On the day web element, I'm going to click. That's it. Like this. Now run the script and see whether with the help of JavaScript, at least normal Selenium Python click command is not working to select a date. Now let's try this JavaScript way of, you see in real time also the same thing may happen. If a normal click in Selenium Python is not working, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Python is not working, you may try the JavaScript way. Okay. As a backup, you can try the JavaScript way of clicking. With the help of JavaScript, I'm trying to click on the. Is it working? Still not working. It's not able to even select that 25. Okay. 25 is not getting selectable. Then is there any other way? Then this way is also not working. I'll try another way now. That is, instead of writing like this, right? I'll just remove this and create an object for using mouse. I'll try action change driver and I'll say action is equal to. I'll simply say action dot click. I have to using mouse. I'm trying to click this time. You see, normal Selenium WebDriver click is not working. JavaScript way of clicking is not working. So I'm trying the mouse actions. Okay, I have to figure out a way because not all calendars are same. Different calendars we have to automate in a different way. Run this. You see, I have to add perform. Otherwise, this click command of the action change will not work, as you already know from the previous sessions. Using mouse, whether it will select the 25th date or not. Let's see. Somehow I have to select November 25th, 2024. Now it's selected. There's some problem happened. I don't know what happened, but suddenly closed or something happened. Now run the script again. I'll stop this and run the script again for the second time. Maybe I'll just not touch my mouse. I'll just observe what's happening on the screen. Okay, there's some problem happening still. I don't know what is that problem. I'll give just 10 seconds here instead of 5 seconds and repeat this. After 10 seconds, it's going to click on the date of travel. Has to go till November, but somehow it's not selecting the day. Okay, so what is the problem? Let me figure it out. So since none of these ways are working, that is normal click is not working and JavaScript click is not working and action change click, okay, is not working. So what I'll do is I'll just go back to the previous way and directly say driver.find element dot click because no other click is working. So I have to use the normal click now. And I'll try this one. I'm just guessing that you know after we go to this November month, okay, after we go to this November month in the calendar, right? Maybe it needs some time, okay, to stop there and select the date. So that's the reason I'm giving some time dot sleep instead of immediately selecting the date once the November month appears on the calendar, right? I'm just giving some sleep time, let's say 3 seconds, and after that I'm going to click it. Let's see this time whether it will work or not. Or we can wait for this 25 to come and then whatever that is, okay? Let's see. Time dot sleep I've given. If you are able to select the date into the date field, then we are good with this one. It will go till November. After 3 seconds, it's going to select 25. You see, 25 got selected. 25th November 2024. We're able to select the date in this date field. You see, it's not so easy, okay? Because I did a lot of R&D yesterday itself, guys, okay? So if I was able, if I try to do directly automate this particular calendar before you today, it would have taken 2 to 3 hours before you, okay? So I did the hard work yesterday. I figured out the problems for each and every problem, right? I figured out a solution here, like time.sleep where I have to mention and how to select the year. Multiple challenges I faced while trying to automate this particular calendar type 2, guys. But since I already did the R&D, today it took less time for me to demonstrate before you. But you also in real time may come across another calendar for which you have to put your brain and spend a lot of time in figuring a proper way of automating it. Okay, so this kind of challenges will come while you try to automate a calendar. So hope guys you understood how to handle or automate the calendar type 2 in this session. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.